Hello, everyone. I am trying to do 5 different new things at once, which is a recipe for disaster. This is a video serving as an internal memo for the Bookmark Discord server. I have a lot of projects planned for this community and its growth moving forward, such as a book club, in-person meetups, and a heavy focus on speechcraft education and applied philosophy, such as how can we help people build a better life for themselves by helping them build the tools so they can do it themselves. The first project is not glamorous, it's not fun, but it's something that I view as exceptionally important, and it is what I'm going to be working on and building first. And then we can get to the more fun stuff after it's sufficiently built. I am building an outreach database. I don't know the final form that it's going to take, most likely a separate Discord server that you can send people who are in trouble. It's going to cover a lot of different categories. Disclaimer right off the bat, I'm not going to make anyone a hero or a savior or a professional of any kind. I am a certified in nothing. I imagine most of you are certified in nothing. I am building an interactive encyclopedia. That's what I intend to do, and with your help, it should be very useful for the population around the world. Struggling in front of the camera in this format because I'm not used to speaking to a camera this way. So I'm going to do this in one take and mumble and stutter through the points the best I can, so please bear with me. We've gone over the what we're doing vaguely. I'll get into more detail, but I wanted to put emphasis on a self-evident why. Why do this? We've all had dark days, or know someone currently going through some dark days, and we know what it's like to not have what we need, or sometimes a difficult search of finding the resources, whether it's income assistance, finding a counselor, getting a replacement of everything in your wallet because you were robbed, relocating your kids, how to expedite a move and change of address. Things in life blindside you. And I hope, I know that this endeavor will help cut down on the execution time and the headaches involved when they're needed the most. So, the meat and the potatoes of the project. It's broken down into 4 phases, quite simply. There's going to be an Excel spreadsheet or Google Drive. There's going to be a spreadsheet of a list of contacts of every single category being touched on, and the heavy ones such as suicide, abuse, running away, homelessness, LGBTQ, allies, as well as outreach for secular or religious. There's going to be a multiple layer of categories and alternatives. So it's not just one contact for one. I want maybe 2 or 3 for each category, as well as vetting them, such as coverage. Is it statewide? Is it 24/7? Is there an age limit? Do you need to be working? Do you need to be a citizen, right, of the country or of the area? So is there any limitations or accessibility problems for the resources available? So phase 1 is this document filled out to the best of your ability, state by state and province by province for Canada, United States, and Mexico. We're going to do all of North America first. 2 reasons is because it's my wheelhouse. I'm Canadian. I know a lot more about infrastructure and how to find those resources and tap in and how to vet them much faster and easier. That's just what I know, as well as the vast majority of the population that I'm speaking to is in that continent. So tapping into the network and resources just expedite finishing that as quickly as possible. Phase 2 is repeating that process in a baseline for the world. So my international friends, if we're not doing your country first thing, you can get started on it now, because that'll be the very next thing we do, is adding your nation and the provinces and states in your nation to the list. Phase 3 would be look at plugging the gaps. Right, there's going to be a lot of repeats. So if there's a senior abuse center and they are national, and we're doing this statewide, that means like 30 states could have the exact same number for senior neglect and abuse on it. Like, that's fine, right? There's going to be repeats. There's going to be national database interfaces for federal, provincial, state. There's going to be a huge overlap. That's fine, right? But what about in the middle of fucking nowhere where they have nothing for you? What's the next best thing? What's the next to next best thing? How close are they? And do they meet the requirements of helping you? We don't want to leave anyone falling through the cracks. We're going to have full coverage and overlap coverage to the best of our ability. And we'll troubleshoot that. That'll be later. It's phase 3. I want a baseline first. Phase 4 would be expansion of services. When we have done our best and double-checked and triple-checked and run it by professionals and go hat in hand to people much more capable than us, I imagine employees working at these facilities, and interviewing a lot of them to show what we've done wrong, how we have failed, and workshopping that. And we've done that a few times. This is just the prototype. After that, we can comfortably expand our services. And that'll probably be ongoing. And I will never shelve this project. It'll always be on the back burner, but right now it's at the forefront. It's the primary focus. It is my intention that I can do one state a day, every day until it's done, including 13 provinces and territories, Vancouver Island, Hawaii, Alaska, obviously, and any American territory that slips my mind currently, as well as all of the Mexican states as well. Benefit of geography is most of the Mexican population is split into 2 different areas. So after that, we'll move international, look at vetting and looking at covering any loose ends and gaps, some of which are going to be dystopianly large, depending on where you live. And we all know what that's like. I intend to do this arbitrarily. There's no timeline. The more help I get, the faster it goes. I cannot see this taking longer through multiple iterations in 2.5 to 3 months tops. And at the same time, we can do the blueprint for other projects, but that would be a brain drain from my primary focus. So your task, crystal clear. Take the spreadsheet, fill it out, do it state by state, right? To the best of your ability. Try really hard to find all the boxes. You know, treat it like Goodwill bingo if you want. Whatever powers you through getting it done. If you struggle and you really can't find what is necessary to complete the list, that's okay. Remember, gaps are real. We will plug the gaps later. Do your very best, and if you're still shortchanged, ask around. Ask your literal neighbor or someone you know living in this state. You know, reach out to your local network of people. Say, hey, do you know if anyone was in trouble? Where would I go? You know? Call the local services in your area to see where they would send you. The answers are out there, and I intend to find them with your help. That pretty much covers everything for your task, what we're doing, why we're doing it. It's going to be most likely a separate server when it's all said and done. if not immediately, to be quite honest, so it can be accessible to all ages. No restrictions, no nothing. We want expediency of someone needing anything that we have to offer. And in the spreadsheet, it's a guarantee that I miss something, several things. It's flawed, it's incomplete. I would encourage you to get it done in its current form, and then after that, it will have a solid foundation for us to have it being workshopped. Again, there's going to be gaps we need to fill, including the gaps I have artificially created in being incomplete. I want to thank you for your time and your patience, and thank you for indulging me in this endeavor. I'll see you soon.